Alright, what's going on, guys? It is time for another weekly recap. We got 3 stories for today. This is basically like a recruit difficulty edition because all 3 of the stories for today are all perfect examples of females living on recruit difficulty, and I actually didn't plan that out. It just kind of happened that they all kind of fall under that same theme. So let's just start out with probably the shortest but most interesting story of the 3. I wanted to put this one in the title and the thumbnail, but I just couldn't figure out a way where I could properly express the story while still following the YouTube guidelines, I guess you could say. So I'm sure some of you are familiar with the name Kelsey Monroe. I'll put up a picture of her on the screen. It was actually quite difficult to find an appropriate picture of her to put on the screen, but you might have guessed by now, or you already knew, but Kelsey Monroe is a porn star. Now, I was actually not that familiar with her work before making this video, but in order to make this video I had to do some research, you know what I'm saying, get to know the story in depth, and I actually did recognize some of her work while I was researching, but I just didn't know her, so I guess I kind of was familiar with her work a little bit, just not on a first name basis, I guess you could say. But anyways, she's been in the spotlight recently because she got pregnant, so I don't know what that means as far as her career is concerned. Probably gonna have to take a little break, maybe even retire. I'm not really sure. I would imagine she's not making any new videos at the moment, or maybe she is actually. I don't know. Some people are into that shit, but I would imagine you gotta be kind of careful doing that. You gotta remember, she dealing with them, you know, porn star dicks, you know what I'm saying? Got them footlongs, you know, that should be poking the fucking baby in the head and shit, you know what I'm saying? The baby's gonna come out with a fucking hole in his forehead or something. So alright, let me stop. Let's not go any further on that one. But anyways, the reason this made the news is because of who the father of this child is. Pornstar has contests where a lucky fan could have sex with her. How that fan now will be looking at 18 years of child support. You hate to see it. What do we even say here? So first of all, I guess she held some sort of fan contest where the winner gets to smash. Now, this is an interesting fan contest. I don't really know the details of it. I guess this random guy, he won this contest. You know, if you ever are hosting another one, you know, I'd like to enter. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Never mind. I forgot the story we're talking about here for a second, but I guess this random guy won this contest or whatever, right? So congratulations, my man. I'm sure he was very excited to win this contest. I mean, why wouldn't he be? He doesn't know what's about to happen, you know, he doesn't know the trap that he's walking into, you know. But apparently, after he won this contest and he, let's just say, collected his prize, a few months later, she ends up being pregnant with his child. So I don't know if she intended for this to happen or not. Like, did she literally set up a trap and like lured this fool in? Like, did she choose him specifically? Was there something about him? Or, you know, whoever won the contest, they were all gonna fall in this same trap. Like, I don't really know what happened here. Hopefully it was an accident. You know, accidents do happen, but I mean, come on, man, you gotta be more careful out there, my guy. There are steps you can take to prevent these things from happening. I don't know, man, just think about the kid, man. You know, he's gonna grow up one day and ask, like, you know, hey mommy, you know, how did you and daddy meet? Oh, well, you see, son, I held a contest where some random guy on the internet could come fuck, and your dad just happened to be the winner, and then we ended up with you. And that's tough right there. That's not what you want to hear, I would imagine. But that's pretty much it for the story, man. I don't really know. They're not giving out too many details on it. I just thought this was quite interesting, man. This is definitely a new one, you know. Not something you hear every day. But anyways, that is story number 1. Let's move on. Story number 2. Now this one is going to be a bit of a continuation of a This Is Not a Crime episode. I don't think I made an actual specific dedicated video for this story, but I know I talked about it because I recognize these pictures. So most likely I included this in a previous like weekly recap or something. We talked about it, but long story short, we have already addressed this situation. We decided that this is not a crime. I'll put up some of the pictures on the screen to remind everyone. Now, most of the time when we talk about these stories, we don't actually follow up on the results of the case, usually because it just takes so long that I kind of forget about it. I don't really like go back months later and like research like, hey, what happened in this bitch or whatever, right? However, this one in particular has been making some headlines because I think the punishment that she was assigned was pretty ridiculous. A Bronx high school teacher charged with performing oral sex on a 14-year-old student will get a jail-free sentence after pleading guilty to criminal sex act. Dory Myers, 30, who taught at the New School for Leadership and the Arts in Kingsbridge, will also get to keep her teaching certificate under a deal struck with the judge in Manhattan Supreme Court on Wednesday. Prosecutors wanted her to lose her license and spend 2 years behind bars, but the judge offered her 10 years probation and she'll be allowed to keep her certification. Now that right there is interesting. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy for thinking this, but I just can't help but think that if this was a male teacher, this would not be the punishment that he got. That's all I'm saying. But on the other hand, I guess the justice system is agreeing with our overall message because apparently this was indeed not a crime. They literally said this was not a crime and she got no punishment for it, no jail time, only probation, and on top of that, she keeps her teaching license. I don't know if any school is going to hire her. We'll see if she's able to actually find another job teaching, but the option is there. Apparently, you know, they didn't take away her license, so that's definitely interesting to say the least. But you know, as I said, I have to imagine if this was a male teacher who did this very same exact quote unquote crime, I guess we can't even call it a crime, I just feel like this would not be the punishment that he gets. But you know, I could be wrong, I don't know. But finally, let's follow it up with our final story of the day, the one that is in the title and the thumbnail. Now, this is a very interesting profession. I've never heard of this job before, but apparently people are making money nowadays being professional cuddlers. And when I say people, I don't mean all people. You have to be at least decently attractive female, although maybe, you know, even an ugly bitch could maybe do this as well. I'm not sure. Now, could I do this as a profession? I don't think so. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I find it pretty unlikely just a normal man out there could find much business, let's just say, being a professional cuddler. Married mum of 3 earns £45,000 a year spooning complete strangers as professional cuddler. Now, for all the people who live in America who may or may not be familiar with how much 45,000 pounds is, I did the conversion to dollars, and that equals about $59,000. Let's just say $60,000. The average American household earns about $56,500 per year, so slightly more than the average household, and that's household. That could be 2 people combined. So when you put it in perspective like that, that is extremely good. That is pretty fucking ridiculous, let's just say, to earn that by cuddling people. Now, obviously, the next piece of key information here is the visual evidence, because I know you must be thinking, well, like, you know, not everyone can make this sort of money being a professional cuddler, right? Like, surely you gotta be like a 9 out of 10 looking good as fuck, right? Well, not exactly, because I'm gonna put some pictures up on the screen of this woman. She is 35 years old. You know, she's definitely not like a, you know, beluga whale 3 out of 10 or nothing, but I wouldn't be paying for a cuddling session, let's just say, you know, from this woman right here. A mom of 3 who rakes in 860 pounds a week from spooning strangers has opened up about life as a professional cuddler. Jessica O'Neill began professional cuddling 6 months ago and could soon earn up to 45,000 pounds a year by cuddling cuddling strangers at her studio based on the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. The 35-year-old, who has spent a decade being a massage therapist and counselor, has only recently introduced cuddle therapy to her treatment list. Jessica claims the cuddles, which start at £46 an hour, help people suffering loneliness and depression to feel loved, valued, and cared about. Okay, hold up. I see what's going on here. When you say massage, you mean massage, you know what I'm saying? You mean the type of massage we be seeing on the hub. I seen way too many of these massage videos on Pornhub. I know how this shit goes down, right? You bring the patient over to your studio for what's supposed to be just a normal massage, but 10 minutes later, we getting that deep tissue massage, you know what I'm saying? We getting real deep up in there, alright? My man Johnny has pulled this scam off too many times, alright? I see what's going on here, right? You telling all these people, oh, we're just cuddling, right? You know, oh, he's just spooning me. Oops, my clothes just happened to fall off during this cuddle massage. Oops, his dick just came out. I don't know, it's hard. Oh, well, guess it may as well go in me. I don't know what happened, we were just cuddling. Oh well, too late now. I guess I may as well continue massaging him. I see what's going on here, okay? You can't fool me, alright? I seen this story way too many times. And now the price is adding up, because, you know, are people gonna pay you, you know, $60,000 for a cuddle session? I don't think so. Are people gonna pay you $60,000 for a deep tissue massage? Emphasis on the word deep. Yeah, I think they might. So it's all starting to add up now, alright? So I think we can move on, alright? We've cracked the case. So anyways, real quick disclaimer. I'm not trying to get in trouble. I don't know whether or not there's anything more than cuddling going on here. I'm just saying that it seems pretty likely that there might just be a little bit extra going on, you know? So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are not already. Have a good day, and peace out.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.